podcast. Welcome back to the Hood to Hooded podcast. I am your host, Dr. Cheap the Sunflower. And if this is your first time catching me live, then make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the share button. It is free to like, subscribe, and share. Okay? It's free to like, share, subscribe, and like, share, subscribe. It's free to like, share, and subscribe. So if you're watching me, like, do me that favor and hype me up. All right, hype me up. So, let's make sure we good with the sound. Mic check, mic check. I think y'all can hear me. Anywho, let's roll. Come on now, Dr. Sean. The Sean is always real. Come hang with the tribe. Good hood vibes, yeah, we rise every time. Positive energy, we grow every day. We make a way, yeah, we make a way. That's right. Say it again. From the hood to the hood, we standing true, telling our story, and this is true. History talking, wisdom revived. This ain't just a lie. What up, sis? This is life. Listen, I feel that. Talk to him. All the way live. Hang with the tribe. Come hang with the tribe. Hood to hood. Hood to hood. We survive. We survive. Yeah. Yeah. All the way. Hang with the tribe. Hood to hood. We survive. Always live. We rise. Try. Yeah. Keep it going. Hey. What's up? Welcome back to the Hood to Hooded podcast. What's up, sis? This is beautiful. Oh, thank you. How is it going, guys? I am live today because I had people reaching out to me like, Dr. Sean, where are you? Where have you been? I've been sick, guys. I've been out under the weather. So I'm going to make up for that today. I'm going to be live for a little minute. I am live everywhere. So if you hear a little cold in my voice and I'm coughing, just disregard all of that. I'm on the tail end of being sick, and hopefully this is my last day or two. I've been saying that for a couple days, though, so I don't really know. But that's where I've been out just trying to get myself together, child, because I honestly think it was the helicopter that made me sick, and it could be just being in New York City around all those damn people. It could be one of my patients. So as a dentist, you just never know where you get this bug from. I got a bug, and I thought, you know how you think you're going to get sick and it's going to go away fast? This is one that actually lingered. So I hope y'all staying safe out there. I hope y'all keeping yourself healthy. One moment, guys. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of weird doing this, having a cough and stuff. But today we are talking about it being your season. She said, "This is beautiful. Thank you." I don't know if you're talking about the song or the intro or, but thank you. I appreciate it. To the people who've been reaching out to me like, Dr. Sean, when you coming back live, we got all notifications on, praying for faster recovery. Sis, I am too. I'm ready for this to be over with. I missed a whole week of work for dealing with this sickness. A little bit more than a week, actually. But, yeah. But I had to come live and talk to the tribe, see what's going on. I know the world is on fire right now. Even though the world is chaotic right now, like, y'all see it in the headlines. You see what the hell going on. You see that the groceries high. You see the rent high. You see the gas high. You see the light bill high. You see every bill high. You see everything just fucking high. I can't even hold you. So we live in a time where you really have to stay grounded and knowing that this is still your season and take control of your life. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all know I like to keep it real. Tell the truth on the Hood to Hooded podcast. We already know why this is going on, because it is literally distracting you from what you got going on. It's literally distracting us from the history that we're uncovering. It's literally distracting us from who we really are. Every time I turn on my damn YouTube, it's damn Trump, war, this, that. It's like, just a couple weeks ago, it was Epstein all down my timeline. It's the propaganda of it all, guys. On fire, literally. Literally, this shit is on fire. Literally, like, I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding, sis. I'm not understanding what Trump and his demons got going on.
Bye, Felicia.
I'm just like, bye, Felicia. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, I'm aggravated. I'm aggravated with them. I'm aggravated with everything they have going on. What's going on? Hi, on YouTube. What's up to my YouTube family? I'm sorry, guys. This is why I didn't go live for the rest of the days, because, listen, I gotta blow my nose and shit. Sorry. Hold on. Anything to keep us unfocused on the real damn issues. Let's get a clap for that. Take 22. Let's get a clap for that. Anything to get us from focusing on the real damn issues. Now, if you follow the Hood the podcast, you already know what the true, deep down, really true issues is. You already know what the true issues is. They don't want to deal with these, what could I call them? These demons in the White House. They don't want to deal with these demons in Congress. They don't want to deal with these demons on Epstein Island. They don't want to deal with these demons who causing the rent to go up. They don't want to deal with these demons who have been hiding the history. Now, a lot of people don't like to talk about the history, but the history has saved my life. Knowing who I am during these times is so important. It has saved my life. And it can save your life too, knowing who the hell you are. Now, the moment I learned who I am, I realized, dang, they really was trying to make me docile, broken-spirited, broken-hearted, work till you die. A slave to the money forever, to the point where you don't understand what's really, really going on. See the Niji out there, ASIO to the Niji, sending love to the ancestors, sending love to the people who are indigenous to Turtle Island, the people who have done their genealogy and who know who the hell they are. They don't want us to raise our kids the right way because they want to raise your kids. You damn right they don't want you to raise your kids. They want to raise your kids. They want you to send your kids to school so they cannot teach them financial literacy, so that they cannot teach them their true history, so that they cannot give them the tools for success, which is why 99% of the people get out of school and don't know how to be successful. See, you see me? I'm sorry, y'all. Hood to Hooded is not a joke. When I got out of school, I didn't have the tools to be successful, so it was a generational curse that had to be broken. There was no one saying, hey, Shanterial, this is how you do it. It was me fucking up all the time, going through life, experiencing those traumatic events, experiencing those highlights, experiencing so much that will teach you about life. Teach them how to fall in line like the rest. You got to know it. It's all a setup. It's all a game. That's why they don't teach money unless you go to the Ivy League. They don't teach money unless you're teaching it to your kids in the household. But when it comes to getting out of high school and going and being a millionaire, it's not set up for you to have. It's not set up for you to experience that. It's set up for us to go from school to either work as a slave. Yes, slavery, because you're picking cotton. Money is cotton. And it ain't enough to get you nowhere right now. It's pretty much begging to pay bills. I saw a video on TikTok. I wish I could really pull it up. I wish I could pull it up. And maybe I can. Let me see if I could pull it up, because the girl was like, who we paying? It's set up to be in debt. Facts. She's like, who are we paying? Because the planet is free. We used to be able to go in the garden and pick food and grow food and farm animals and do all of these different things. But now, you got to go and pay money just to eat. You got to pay money just to take a bath. You got to pay money for everything on the planet that is free as hell. You got to pay money to people who didn't even originally own the planet. Let me see if I can find this video, because I think it's pretty relevant to what this girl said. Okay, I found it. So I'm just going to play it from my computer. I mean, from my tablet. Hold on. Uh-oh, hold on. Here she go, y'all.
I got some questions. I need some answers. Can y'all tell me why the fuck is we doing all this?
I don't know, sis. I don't know.
Like, who the fuck is we paying? Is we paying the planet to live here?
Oh, who the fuck?
Why do everything cost money? Why do we have to pay bills? Who the fuck are we paying?
Who are we paying?
They pay us. Then we take the money they paid us and pay somebody else that money. We work our ass off for the money to get the money to somebody else. Why the fuck do we owe the planet so much?
Why, girl? I don't know.
You gotta pay till you die.
Why?
Like, damn. This shit is confusing to me.
Me too,
So I was
sis.
born. And then as soon as I got to of age, I owed the planet? Like, who owns the planet? Why do I owe you?
Why do I owe you, planet? So her name is Big Bay on TikTok. At least that's where I got the video from. Bigbai. Big Bay. Big Bay, I'm agreeing with you, sis. Who the fuck are we paying, bro? Who are we paying? Where is this money going to? It's all about war. So I'm going to tell y'all something. Now we're going to use our friend ChatGPT for this right here. We're going to go back to... We're going to go back a little bit in history, because I know a lot of people don't know a lot about history, and I like to take it easy. So we're going to go back to the story of greenbacks. Do y'all know what greenbacks is? Does anybody know what a greenback is? No.
Greenbacks. Do y'all know what greenbacks is?
A greenback. If you a scholar, you might know what the hell a greenback is, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to tell you what a greenback is. I hate when my sounds don't play. What is a greenback?
That's suspicious.
Yeah, suspicious, Cardi. It's very suspicious. So
That's weird.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, Cardi. The reason why we want to talk about greenbacks is because we're in a state of war right now in this nation, and war is definitely a distraction. Let's first get that clear. War is a distraction. War is unnecessary. This war has not been sanctioned. Even if it was sanctioned, it's kind of like this whole government has been built on war, right? Right. So greenbacks is a story of how a nation, this fake ass United States, tried to invent money out of a necessity. This sits at the crossroads of war, power, banking, and survival. Now, what happened? Why is Dr. Sean talking about greenbacks? Because I think it's very important. Greenback, yes, greenbacks. So before 1865, now remember these dates, because 1865 was Emancipation Proclamation. This is when our ancestors were fighting these dang on pirates and pilgrims and Neanderthals and troglodytes. We were fighting them for our land while they were trying to reclassify us, misclassify us, turn us into African American, steal our ancestors' land, rename us. They were doing everything in their power. They had the black codes going on. They said you had to go to work. They said that you couldn't read. They said that you couldn't write. They said you couldn't own animals. They said that you couldn't own gold. They said that you couldn't plant no food. They said that you couldn't even live in the country no more. You had to live in their cities. They just did so much. They said you had to go to church. They said you had to go to work. Let's not skip that part, because I know a lot of people like to skip that part. 1865 Emancipation Proclamation. You got it. So this is when they said, hey, you guys are free now. No. You weren't free. They just invented something called money because they were doing war. And they used that money to say, no, you're free now. No, what they meant was, you don't got to go to the cotton field for no reason. We ain't going to steal off your backs for free no more because you fought us so hard. Now we're going to make you go and work for the dollar. We're going to go and make you work for the cotton, for these greenbacks. Right? So we know 1865, but what happened before 1865? There was war over here on this land. People like to say, oh, they're bombing other places. They're bombing this place. But what about just 100 and 200 years ago when y'all was bombing this nation? Y'all was bombing the melanated people over here. And you never pay them back for all the free labor, for all the stolen land, for all the stolen cotton. You never paid my ancestors back. All this nation want to do is move on, move forward, act like shit didn't happen. But we know what happened in 1861. Them greenbacks happened. When the American Civil War began, this was between the Patriots and the Loyalists. The Patriots were in the Deep South. They were trying to destroy the Mississippian mound builders. In Tallahassee, aka Tallahassee, you call those the Seminoles. You call those the Creek, the Choctaw, the Muskogee, melanated people who still there today. They just call them black now. They call them erased now. They call them African American now. They don't teach them genealogy. They don't teach them financial literacy. They don't give them no land. Hell, they don't even give you a business. But America had a huge problem when they had the Patriots and the Loyalists. So the Patriots in the South, they were fighting to continue keeping people in slavery. They were fighting to continue the black codes, the slave raiding, and the slave patrol. They were fighting that. They didn't want to give us no type of rights on their paperwork. They just wanted to completely erase us. If you wasn't a white male Christian prince, they said that you were off with your head. This is what they said. So they were fighting these loyalists to the crown. These other immigrants who came over here, these other Slavs who came over here as indentured servants. They say, hey, you can't keep unaliving these people. They know the land. It was our land, goddammit. We knew the land. You can't keep unaliving them. So I had a war going on like, no, unalive them. No, about us. The freaky thing about this is you got presidents who people highlight as heroes who I would say every live, I don't respect none of these. Calm down, Dr. Sean. Because y'all presidents, especially the first 13 of them, enslaved people. Why they got on the pulpit, or whatever the hell you want to call it, why they got it, and they was addressing the nations, talking about liberty for all and justice for all and all of this BS. They had somebody chained at their house. They had the slave patrol going catching people who ran away from the plantation. Remind you, this is a government built on treason, kidnapping, trafficking. What you call it? Oh, you call it slavery? No, let's call it what the fuck it really is. It's trafficking. So when you get these Epstein doing what his ancestors been doing, what? That's why nothing ain't happened. You get Trump 37 felonies, but you can't get a job at Mickey D's. But this fool got the power to send out bombs to people with 37 felons. And the white T-man said, oh, it's okay because he's white. You get one felon, you can't barely even have a driver's license. They call that the school to prison pipeline, especially in the dirty South, where they harass melanated men, where they harass really melanated people, where they have a shitload of police officers. And when I go to the dirty South, I be like, well, damn, how many officers do you need? 2 per person? What the fuck going on down here? You get what I'm saying? It is a problem. And I can't stand it. I know I'm getting sidetracked, but we going somewhere here. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. But let's go back to 1861. So the American Civil War began. The government of the United States had a big problem. They didn't have no money. So one of these dumb leaders said, you know what? This war is costing massive amounts of money. It's costing soldiers. Right now, people are literally dying for Donald Trump and these heathens for something that they didn't plan, didn't have no approval to do, and they don't give a damn if you care or not. They say, well, we're going to have casualties, but it ain't going to be his son. Oh, well, people going to get unalive, but it ain't going to be the MAGA people who wanted to put him in here. It ain't going to be these police officers who's trigger happy. Send their ass to war. I thought that was the best idea somebody could have ever said. Send these damn trigger happy officers to war. Since y'all so trigger happy, right? War costs weapons. They have diverted money from food stamps, from housing, from health care, from any damn thing, and put it all into the defense system. I wonder why. We know the real reason why. I'm going to tell y'all the real reason why. And if you if you a Mary Indian, you done did your genealogy, then you know already. You already know why. War costs food. It costs transportation. It costs medical care. This was at a time, I'm talking about 1861. Even though the same thing happened now, war costs all these things right now. But in 1861, right? This was a time where most money in circulation was gold and silver. Or it was banknotes backed by gold. So gold was the standard. Silver was the standard during this time, 1861. They were stealing all the gold from America. They were stealing all the cotton. They were stealing everything. They came over here on the ship. And they thought that just war was the answer. And if you don't know how they got into the interior, what they would do is they would find the cacique, the king. It wasn't a fair war. They would pull up to your land, which they later renamed plantations. It's just the land that you plant trees and food on and you feed your tribe. That's what the hell it is. They pull up to your land. Hey, where's the king? Where's your food? Where's your gold? Where's your this? Read Christopher Columbus in 1492. Ain't shit changed. The fool pulled up, did his investigation with their gun, and the people so gullible they don't know. But when they pull up to the Seminoles, they had to fight the Seminoles. Now, don't get that twisted. That's what they unconquered right now. Right? But they would figure out all of their details. Wait for the tribe to go to sleep. Wait for the king to go to sleep. Everybody going to sleep. And then when what will happen? You get up to your house on fire. You get up to your stuff on fire. They set everything on fire. And then they pow, pow, pow as the people ran out. And then took everybody captive. So this wasn't fair war that they was doing. This is some BS coward type that was doing. Until they learned about bombs. Until they learned that they could just destroy stuff. Like Tulsa. Like Black Wall Street. They learned, oh, we just destroy it? Let's just do that. So they needed more money for soldiers, weapons, food, transportation, and medical care. And what did they do? They started greenbacks. Greenbacks was taking the money off of the gold standard, saying, you know, we don't need gold no more. We don't need to have it backed by silver. We can just print this shit. And that's what they started doing. And they called it greenbacks, which is what you work for now, just greenbacks. Some cotton and linen on a paper with the colonizer's face on it. You go to spend 40, 50, 60 years of your life working for it, and it don't amount to nothing. Unless you learn financial literacy. Unless you learn how to play the game. I'm not here to teach you how to play the game right now, but it is a way to play the game, i.e. Monopoly. But if you don't know how to play the game, you're forever stuck, which is why they don't teach financial literacy, because if you learn the game, you'll be like Amazon where your taxes is $0, but you're making billions, trillions of dollars. That's a story for another day. All right. So, during the war, gold started disappearing from circulation. They was going broke. They've been broke since been broke. This is 1861. Their government at this time was only 70 years old, because the government started in 1790. This is why history is so important. The first president, George Washington, who owned about 300 plus slaves, might I add, the government started 1790, right? With this man kidnapping people, trafficking people. So stop acting like Epstein is so far removed from your beginnings, guys. Stop acting like Epstein and Trump so far removed from y'all damn beginnings. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Ain't nothing. Let's call it what it is, right? So as gold started to disappear, banks demanded high interest to lend money, and the government needed funds fast. This is a time when they was also using their enslaved people to get loans off of enslaved people. Yeah, but that's a whole nother story for another day. Yes, they was using insurance. They was putting insurance on the enslaved people. All of that stuff. Aetna, Bank of America, all of those people. JP Morgan, all these big names you hear now, they were all involved with enslaving people to work for free and doing all this evil shit. Okay, so that was greenbacks, because these backs were bills printed in green ink, and the color helped prevent counterfeiting, and they were originally called United States notes. That's the first form of money. When they say, you know what, we just need some money, so we just gonna print this shit, color it green, and say that it's money. It ain't really backed by nothing. People think that money went off of the gold standard in the 70s with Nixon, but no, it started off the gold standard. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I gotta blow my nose. Hold on. Be right back. Maybe y'all can still hear me when I do that, but I don't know. Alright, I'm back. What happened to our screen? I'm back. So, it was never really backed by money. So how much money was printed? This is something that's shocking to me. What's up, Lisa King? How you feeling? How you feeling? How y'all feeling on TikTok? Tap those hearts. We're trying to get the 1K hearts on TikTok. If you're watching anywhere else, make sure you like the live. Make sure you share it to your story. Share it somewhere. And just comment to help us find more people. It really does help the channel grow. And it helps keep me out of, what's it called? It keeps me from being shadow banned. We'll put it like that. So greenbacks. How much money was printed from 1862 to 1865? Because remember, 1865 was that Emancipation Proclamation, when they said, oh no, you guys are free now, but you must go to work, because it's a law that you got to go to work now for these greenbacks. You free. We ain't going to make you go and work for free no more, but we still going to make you work for free, because now you working for greenbacks, which don't have no back. like having a human body with no spine. Imagine that. You would just be all, it's like, it ain't backed by shit. So in 1862 to 1865, the government printed $450 million in greenback. They printed $450 million worth of free money so they could continue to do the war and trick people and make people and pay Union soldiers, buy war supplies, finance the Northern war efforts. Right? Without this fake ass money, they could not have sustained the war financially. And then the people in the South would have won, and then they would have been trying to put people in slavery forever. They would have been kidnapping these indigenous Niji Amerindians forever. Until, it would just been war forever. Basically. So why didn't people like greenbacks? It's obvious why they didn't like greenbacks, because this is money that should be backed by gold. It should be backed by silver. But printing money causes what? Say it with me, guys. Inflation. Y'all see this word all over the news. Inflation. What is that? Well, inflation will have the same 5-cent candy costing $2 now. It has the same 25-cent bag of chips. I used to go across the street in the hood in Liberty Park, right? In Tallahassee, Florida. None of y'all probably know what the hell that is, but I used to go across the street, get the little 25-cent dollar. You could get a couple things with $1 as a kid. Go get 2 bags of chips, get me a little candy bar, and a little 25-cent juice. You good with the $1. Now $1 can't barely get you 3 chips in the bag. It's called inflation and shrinkflation, because they take the prices up and they give you less for what you're paying for. It's like rent now. It's called shrinkflation and inflation. You paying $2,000 worth of rent now for some shit that used to cost $450. What the hell is that? It's called inflation. It's called inflation. How your phone bill used to be $25 a month. And I ain't gonna hold y'all. Metro PCS, they still got the $25 a month. Listen, prepaid is the way to go. But Verizon, they gonna charge you $300 a month for the same damn po ass service. If you know, then you know. Right? But that is inflation. The government printing money and it loses value. Now, one of these days on my YouTube channel, I reported on how much deficit the government is running. And it went from in 1965, they had $3 million to now it's like almost $2 trillion worth of deficit. And this war right now is costing us $1 to $2 billion a day. So they printing $1 to $2 billion a day. Now my whole thing is eventually the system will crumble. Eventually the system will fall apart. Right? Because during war, prices are going to rise. The dollar's value is going to fluctuate. And these greenbacks prove something. They prove that the government could start creating money without gold backing if people trusted it. And what's going on now is people trust in these clowns too much. They trust that they're going to vote their way to freedom. They trust that they're going to vote their way to sanity. They trust they're going to vote their way to riches and wealth. It ain't going to work like that. Lord help me. It ain't gonna work like that, guys. It's not gonna work like that. Oh my God! No! Oh my God! It ain't gonna work like that. Who listening thought it was gonna work like that? Well, you just gonna be rich, right? You just gonna, bruh, it ain't gonna work like that. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. What's up, love loves me? Thank you for tapping those hearts. So, yeah, the government basically does what it did then once it took people off of, once it made the laws where they couldn't arrest you for reading and they couldn't, well, they still arrest you for traveling. They still, they had, the laws was crazy. They was arresting you for reading, traveling, gathering with your group, being homeless. Once they started printing the money, they said, okay, well, we could just pay them little or nothing. Little or nothing. Most people who have seen my lives, y'all already know, we did the calculation for how much it costs right now to print $1 million. How much cotton does it cost to print $1 million? This number should always be in the back of your mind. Anytime you're thinking that you falling in love with money, or you feeling down and now you feeling like in your season, this money ain't real, so it don't have nothing to do with your spirit, right? You might not have a lot of it because you didn't learn the game, but you can learn the game. It's not the end of the world. As long as you got a heart, a brain, a mind, you happy, don't let nothing in this world break your spirit, because that's the whole goal, to break your spirit, right? But this money didn't mean nothing. Now these greenbacks, the more they circulate, the more money they print. If it takes them $10,000 to print $1 million, they could just do what they want. And I think that's the whole moral of what I'm talking about, is they could do what they want. And what has happened is people like Trump feel like, hey, we could just keep printing money. We could just print money, and like, hey, the war costs $2 billion. Who gives a damn? Now they have the energy. They don't care. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care what programs they got to end. As long, what he said, I built this defense system to the best of its ability. Just talking cocky shit. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Oh, people are going to be unalive. That's a casualty of war. What is wrong with y'all? I can't even say what's wrong with y'all, because this is what has been wrong with y'all. Anytime you think you can form a government on the backs of other people and enslave them and not pay them, and then you can keep going on for years and years and years and keep creating laws to try to erase the old shit that you did, it don't ever work out. It's kind of like being in a relationship with a man who doing some shit behind your back forever, and then one year you find out and they like, oh, well, what? It's over, bitch. It's no apologizing, because you been knew what you was doing. So one day the people going to wake up and realize, damn, we've been working for this money and all they got to do is print it. I was thinking about this the other day, like, you sit around here and work for years and years trying to be a millionaire. All they got to do is say, hey, I'm a little short. Can you print me $1 million? Come on, man. Come on, man. Now, it's saying that eventually the government reversed the course. Under the Specie Payment Resumption Act, the United States returned to the gold standard in 1879. That's what it's saying, but you know how they lie. What's up, Golden Goddess? Thank you for tapping those hearts. Love me, Golden Goddess. Thank y'all for sharing, tapping those hearts. I appreciate it. It's free to tap those hearts, guys. It's free to show love. The Hood to Hooded podcast loves people who show love, because it keeps me showing up even on days like this when I'm feeling still under the weather. Because I had people like, Dr. Sean, where you at? When you going live? I'm like, I'm down bad. I'm down bad. Oh, so I had to just push through the day and just show up for my people, sweating, blow my nose and all. I'm hot, I'm cold. You know how it is when you get a bug, right? So this meant that the greenbacks could be exchanged for gold again. This was in 1879. But imagine, if you look like me, you couldn't go and exchange shit for gold. It was always blocked against the melanated people, right? But something had changed forever. Paper money issued by the government became normal after they did this after the war. So it became normal. So just think, our ancestors been on Turtle Island, American territory, for thousands of years before they were infiltrated by the pirates, the pilgrims, the Slavs, whatever you want to call them. We evolved, we traded, we lived under the sun, we know how to plant our own food, we know how to have our own animals, we know how to be in a community. I saw a video of, they called them Black Asians, yesterday. I watched a whole hour of it because I was just so intrigued, guys, to see melanated people in, the Filipinos, and they had their indigenous community. I mean, they had Afro hair. It's just like seeing us over there in the Philippines. And they talked about how they had a village of 300 family members in their village. 300. and how they tried to trick them out their spot, but they fought for their land. And the girl said, well, what would happen if they try to come and bother y'all? She said, oh, all of us would go to war with them. So they knew not to play with them. But over here in America, they wanted this soil so bad. They wanted our gold and our king cotton, our Egyptian cotton. They wanted that shit so bad that they just said, you know what? We can't even play with them. We just got to do them dirty. So they did us so dirty, which is why the sense of like family and community, it lacks over here. But it did me so, it really touched my spirit to see those people, indigenous melanated people all around the world, because they try to have us think we just came from Africa. They try to have us think we just came from one part of the land when we was all over this bit, especially in America. Christopher Columbus was the biggest liar ever. That's the first and the only person they teach about in school. Christopher Columbus discovered America. Well, when you read what Christopher Columbus wrote, he'll tell you he discovered people who was melanated and black in America. He didn't discover nothing. What he did was he renamed a lot of stuff. He unalived a lot of people. They captured and trafficked and kidnapped and RAP'd a lot of people. But he didn't discover shit. He said, wow, these people are so gorgeous. I wish I could know their names. He said, wow, there's so much fruit and plants. I don't know none of the names. Go read it for yourself. This is why they don't teach you the real Christopher Columbus in school. They can't teach it in school because it's too evil. They gotta water it down. Not only water it down, but cartoonize it and just completely tell a lie. Right? So, what happened with money? Thank you for following Carl Johnson. What happened with money? So we went from bartering, trading goods, you know what I'm saying, having commodity money, gold, silver, shells, you know, paper backed by gold. Now we have this fiat money. Money that isn't even real. Not even backed by gold or nothing. You can't go and say, hey, I got $2 million. Let me get some gold for this. You can't do that no more. So if the system crumble, and when it do crumble, it's just going to crumble. What? Carl, hold on. I'm gonna answer your question real quick. Like, give me just a second. Give me a second. I'm finna answer your question real quick. Like, you said, who is that white girl? What white girl are you talking about? I feel like you're trying to be funny. White girl. Man, y'all from Kick, y'all are so distracting. Hold on. But I ain't gonna let y'all distract me today. I can't let y'all distract me today. Not on Kick. So I just have to turn the chat off for a second because I can't block y'all right now. So I just turned the chat off for just a second until I can block y'all ass. Hold on. It's coming. Because what is you talking about? You can barter that if you want to. Smoke cheap 420 blaze it hard. You can barter whatever the hell you want. And who gonna stop you? Who is going to stop you? Yeah, so I got some distractions on Kick right now. And oh, hold on. So I gotta go block some people real quick, like, y'all. Cause I don't play that shit. And when I want you gone, I block you immediately. Even if I gotta stop my live. I'm gonna block y'all ass. One of the reasons why I don't really like, man, why I can't reset my password? Oh man. Dang, I want to put my live back up, but y'all talking shit. Might piss me off, man. Dr. Sean TV. What the fuck? Why it ain't working? So I'm sorry, y'all. See, this is why you really shouldn't go live with multiple people. Because now I can't block them. And I gotta hide my live because they talking crazy. It's always some of them kick losers who want to get on here and interrupt you. Kid, y'all really gotta get it together, bro. Y'all really gotta get it together. I swear y'all do. Okay, I think we in. Block game is on, baby. Hold on. Hold on. Why can't I block y'all, man? No, I gotta block y'all. I can't even keep going until I block y'all. I can't keep going. I'm about to block y'all ass. Don't worry, it's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. Don't worry, it's coming right now. If I can figure out my password. Oh, yeah. Is this my password? I feel a block come. Dang. Dang, I gotta reset my password. Okay. Well, anywho, guys. I ain't got nothing but time. Why I said it can't find my email address? This is getting weird. I hate that. I don't like that, Keek. I don't like that. Dang, what is going on? Okay, I'm gonna have to obviously move on because this is not working. We can't find that user email. What do you mean y'all can't find my email? Oh my Lord. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna keep going on. Let's turn the chat back on. And if somebody says something crazy right now, I can't block you right now, but I'm on your ass! Okay? I'm on your ass when I get done. Just know that. So you can talk spicy in the chat right now. And I can just try to undo it. So if you see some people talking crazy on Kick, please just ignore them. They just trolls. They trying to distract me. And they actually doing a pretty good job. Because I wanted to block y'all ass. But you better be happy I can't get into. And they still. Guys. Hold on. I got to figure this out. Why the fuck Kick won't let me in? What is going on? I got to block them, y'all. I have to block them. What's up, Jacob Scott? I don't know if you a troll or not, but y'all, all y'all on Kick, y'all playing around. And I don't got time. Y'all with that BS, man. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I think I figured out why I can't block y'all. Now let's try it. Oh, damn it. I'm mad, y'all. I'm mad I can't block these people. Just watching the stream, not a troll. Oh, okay. I don't know. They be like, I'm just watching. I ain't a troll. Some of y'all be trolls, man. Okay, I can't block y'all right now. I'm going to have to figure that out when I get off of here. So I got to just deal with these fucking troll comments. People who just come in here saying crazy stuff for my whole life. And this is about to piss me off. But I ain't going to let it because y'all just trying to distract me. You know, but when you don't feel good, you don't feel like playing with people. I really don't feel like playing with y'all right now. But anywho, what I was talking about with the U.S. currency and the dollar is the fiat currency. It's not backed by gold. To the modern dollar system, basically, money is not real, right? It's just a belief system organized by this government. Okay? So when we talk about, you know, how I was talking about the village in the Philippines and how they have their whole 300 people living in their village. I mean, they're planting their own food. They play sports. The kids were not on the phone. They were just like a community. And it really made me excited to see that people still have that going on today. And the reason why we don't have that over here, not as much, is because they introduced us to working. And now they have made work not even worth it anymore. If you heard the girl earlier, she's like, who are we paying? Like, the planet is free. Water is free. You know, You can plant your own food. Why are we having to work so damn hard just to get old? People get old, they never travel, they don't go nowhere, they don't live their best life. All they think about is bills for their whole entire life. And nobody has the bright idea to say, you know what? Let's work together and work smarter and not harder. I see a lot of people just working hard out of selfishness. And I can't even lie, y'all. I had a real epiphany because I'm the type of person, when I thought about becoming a dentist, breaking out of this generational curse, I was thinking about like, oh, I'm doing this for my family. You know, I lost my mom. This beautiful queen up here, y'all probably can't see her on YouTube, but the queen in the white up there, when I lost my mom, I thought it was over for my life. I honestly thought it was over. I thought that I was doomed, honestly. It was like such a traumatic time that I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what would become of my life. I just didn't know, you know. So when my mom gave me she planted the seed at 4, 5, 6 years old, you're gonna be a doctor. Nobody knew that was really gonna be a real thing. But when she died, something in me, that kid inside of me said, you know what? I gotta prove the people wrong because they already expect me to fail for real now. I'm like, they really got a target on my back for failure now. I used to have the stereotypes of being a teenage mother. I used to have the stereotypes of being a high school dropout. I used to have the stereotypes of just being nothing, just simply from the color of my skin. They said I wasn't going to amount to nothing. You're not smart enough, they said. You don't have the parents. You don't have your dad in the home. You don't have your mom in the home. You ain't going to amount to shit, basically. But me, as that little girl, the only thing I could think of was, I'm going to make something out of myself. I saw all the people around me. I'm like, no, I got to be somebody. I will be somebody. Regardless of how much the government has done to hold my people back, regardless of how much the system has done to oppress people who look different than the people in leadership, I will become something. And no one is going to stop that. So when I had this bright idea as a kid, you know, I'm going to go to school and just do good and try my best. It was because it was easy for me. Of course, school got to a place where it wasn't easy, but in the back of my head was nothing going to stop me from breaking this generational curse. So I said, you know, let me go and try to become a doctor. Why I thought of the hardest shit ever, I don't know. Like, why I said, you know what, Mom, I know you watching me. You know, you're not here anymore, but I'm going to try to do this shit. I said, I'm going to try to do this shit. It's hard as hell, but I'm going to try to do it. And guess what, guys? You know, through a lot of faith, through a lot of prayer from my ancestors, through a lot of just, I don't know, miracles. I'll be honest, miracles, what you call modern day miracle, I survived all of that shit. It's a lot of stuff it's too much to go into, but just know I survived it all. And I get to a point where it's like, hey family, hey guys, I did this for the family. And it was so heartbreaking to know, and it's always heartbreaking to know that sometimes your family don't give a fuck. They're gonna be like, girl, we don't care about you being no doctor. That's the energy I be getting sometimes. They be like, we don't give a damn about that. Everybody for themselves. We understand you. We don't care about that. And that's the energy that I get a lot. And I had to learn to say, you know what? I'm still going to toot my own horn. I'm still going to break these generational curses because I might not be doing it for the people who I thought that I was doing it for. But somebody needs this. You know, people will try to make you the black sheep because you accomplish shit. And they like to say, oh, it's lonely at the top. Fuck that. It ain't lonely at the top. Y'all just haters. You're just bogged down by a system that made you be mad at life because you're not breaking those generational curses. You allowing life to break you down. That's why I have to be the example to let people know you can go through some BS. You can come out on the other side way better than you thought. Regardless of what the government trying to do, regardless of what they're doing with the money, you are going to be something amazing just because of your spirit. Just because of who you are, right? So now when I get into those situations where I remember, dang, I did this for my family. I did this. I have to remember I did this for me. I did this for the people who actually believe in dreams. I did this for the people who actually believe in community. The people who want to see you win. Because, see, I'm all about seeing people win. I want to see you win. If you doing it and you overcame something, I'm so happy for you. Now, what bothered me is that even when I got to this space, overcame all these obstacles without parents really being there, without the finances really being there, without, the perfect setup, people still will look at you like, oh, you think you all that? You goddamn right. You will never allow me or get me to lower my standards, lower my morals, lower my goals and my ambitions because you can't take it. And we got to understand that. Don't let people make you the black sheep. Don't let people put you down. Don't let people dim your light. You got to know who the hell you are at all times, because we live in a society where they all about dimming your light. Actually, they all about not giving you no light. They not trying to give you no help in this society. Another thing that I want to touch on. Yesterday I was watching Gary Vee, is I think his name. I don't really watch him, but he's this white male. He's all over socials, and he was, in some kind of way, I ran across this video yesterday. Gary Vee, white man, very successful. He was like, most of us have that story where we're immigrants and we come into this country, and my dad was able to come in this country as an immigrant, and he opened up a liquor store. Some kind of way this immigrant came to our land, was able to get a business loan, something you live in your neighborhood this whole time and can't get $10 to open a business. But you get an immigrant come in, guess what? His dad got the business loan, and they was immigrants and they had to start from the bottom. Y'all don't know what it is to start from the bottom. Are you serious? Are you serious? Let me stop getting sidetracked. So his dad came as an immigrant, and he opened up his liquor store, and they were doing $3 million a year, and he helped his dad in the business until he was 30 something. He got the business up to 60 something million a year, and he didn't really have no help with his self, and he did it by his. I'm like, y'all gotta cut the cap. How you an immigrant come to a foreign country, you come over here, now you got perfect credit, now they finna give you the loan in our neighborhood, might I add. Now your kids get to feed off of that money. Now y'all blow up, y'all superstars, you millionaires, off of the backs of the people who y'all enslaved mentally, physically, and spiritually. It's sad because you get a lot of people, especially in the South, especially all over Turtle Island, who've been here. Our ancestors been here for generations, and you can't get a loan. They redline you. They try not to teach you anything about money. They try to hold you back, and you can't even see it. Now, this is not a rant to say, okay, yeah, we got a lot of excuses, but at the same time, we got a lot of fight in us, guys. My point is that Gary Vee might have think that he started as an immigrant, didn't have nothing. No, you started with a handout. But a lot of us start literally with nothing. With nothing. And that's what I mean. I will forever tell my story because I know how hard it is to start from nothing. I know how hard it is to start from homeless. I know how hard it is to start broken, from trauma. I know. But that ain't no damn excuse. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It still ain't no excuse. It ain't no excuse. People say, well, Dr. Sean.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? There ain't no excuse. There ain't no excuse. Yeah, we got a lot of excuses. Like I just said, you could go to history as an excuse. You can go to the family trauma as an excuse. You could go to losing people as an excuse. You could go to so many excuses, but really there is no excuse, right? When I said I did this for family, I did do it for family, but I had to turn around and realize sometimes you do things for family that you're really doing for yourself, that you're doing to help other people that you may not even know. I do this because I try to help and encourage people who maybe I don't even know, because they might need it more than my family, obviously. Because I'm going to tell you something. You ain't going to black sheep me trying to make me feel outcast. You know, I have situations where people try to outcast me just for accomplishing my goals and trying to believe in myself. You can't do that. Y'all don't understand how that feels. But I had to understand that it's bigger than me. Dr. Sean, you did this for a bigger reason. You know, and I just can't allow people to go out sad and allow people to go out with their family not supporting or their family not. It's different over here. It's not like in other places where you have the government, where you have indigenous people who are still able to be in their tribe. Now, if you with your tribe, it's a threat to this economy. It's a threat to this society. That's why the police were instructed to break up gatherings of 6 people or more, because it was a threat. And I was reading the other day, this is what I really wanted to share with y'all. Let me pull it up. I was reading the other day. Something put me in contact with a history lesson on, where is it? Was it Frederick Douglass? Hold on. I gotta find it. 40th birthday. Was it Frederick Douglass? I be looking up so much, y'all. Because I said they can't fund reparations and paying people back, and restitution is what it's really called when you destroy indigenous people. They can't pay us restitutions, but y'all got billions of dollars a day for war. See, people pick and choose who and what they want to help. This government is never going to help the melanated people, ever. Their whole thing is to build a defense system in case we ever truly wake up, so they will be ready to attack us, man. Let's just be honest. We know why there's a distraction. So obviously, where is my discussion on Frederick Douglass? Because it was so good, y'all. Was I talking about the U.S. history of bombing us? I think I was. I have to find it for you. I have to find it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. That ain't working. That ain't working. But it's very, very important. So I'm going to find it. Because I feel like oh, here it is. I found it. I know I would find it. So basically, I was looking up about real estate and developing and building. In some kind of way, it led me to Frederick Douglass. I don't know how it led me to this, but it was something that I needed to see. You know, we have so many people in history that we can pull from. But Frederick Douglass, this is what I want to touch on right now. Yeah, I know it was something that I had to tell y'all, because I've been reading when I've been sick. I haven't just been like laying around and getting lazy. I've been trying to read between sleeping. Oh, I went through a lot on here. All right, so let me figure out where we want to start. Oh, I got it. Let me get a sip. So, I came across this quote because I was looking into like real estate and land and developing, and I came across this lady. She's a realtor. She said she was homeless at 17, and now she has $60 million in like real estate. And I got intrigued by that. I'm like, ain't anything is possible. Just a couple years ago, I was homeless. Now I have a dental practice. You know, actively practicing as a dentist in New York. That's crazy, right? It's crazy. But on her page, I saw she put this quote, and it really made me think. It says, knowledge makes you unfit to be a slave. Ooh. Ooh. Wait. Hold on. wait.
have arrived.
I said, knowledge makes you unfit to be a slave. That's from Frederick Douglass. Now, a lot of us probably don't study Frederick Douglass, but he was one of the greats. And when I saw this quote on her page, this is why you never know something, your energy you put out, a quote you may put out, something you say might spark someone else to dig deeper and keep this positive energy going. When I saw that quote on her page, someone who came from being homeless to now having $60 million in real estate investments, and she's helping other people. She put this quote, and it immediately connected me to the history of Frederick Douglass. Something that I brushed over, might have skimmed over, learned about, really didn't dig too deep into, especially now recently, because there's so much to learn, right? So knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. Frederick Douglass. Now, what do y'all get by that? And I'm going to tell y'all why he said that. Because I had to figure out what made him say that. It's so deep yet so simple but so complex. Knowledge makes you unfit to be a slave. Yep.
Round 1, fight.
So if you want to fight, you got to know your biggest weapon is what? Knowledge. If you feel like they're trying to enslave our mind, they're trying to hold us back, guess what's the key to unlocking that? Knowledge. Douglass understood something deep about power. When a person learns how the world works, how we talk about the greenbacks, how we talk about the history, how we talk about this fake ass government, how we talk about reclassification, how we talk about all of these different things. When a person learns how the world works, they begin to question it. That's why you have to be a learner in life. You have to be forever learner. You can't get stuck with one book forever. I'm sorry, you can't. You got to go and read and get different sources and learn the world around you, right? When you start to question it, you stop accepting oppression as something normal. When your mind wakes up, it becomes impossible to control you, because guess what? Knowledge is going to make you unfit to be a slave. Mentally, physically, spiritually. Right? So, slavery, oppression, manipulation have always depended on one thing: you being ignorant. Right? I'm going to say that again. Slavery, oppression, and manipulating your mind has one dependent. You know, you filed for your taxes and you need a dependent. It's dependent on you being what? Ignorant. You the dependent of slavery. Ignorant.
That's the signature. Ignorance.
Ignorance.
That's good.
That's why Frederick Douglass said, knowledge make you unfit to be a slave.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. So we're not just talking about book knowledge, but knowing your history, understanding the laws, the systems around you, learning money, economics, building your skills, building your independence, and building your confidence in who you are and where you come from and whose you come from. Your ancestors.
You only do that by doing your genealogy, building your family tree.
Oh yeah, you gotta have your genealogy.
Yes,
I didn't
what
say
you
your
doing?
DNA, I said your genealogy. Now see, the DNA versus the genealogies. The DNA is a cheat way out. You ain't really unlocking who you are. When you do that genealogy and you see your people on that Census Bureau in the National Archives, it does something to your spirit. When you see them names of your ancestors in the 1800s, the 1700s, directly connected to you, there's no way you can mistake that for nothing else. Right? Now,
I don't want to end it now. I'm just going to say the numbers from that.
No, I'll end it.
I don't want to, you're killing it right now. It closed at 11.
Okay, I'm coming right now. Let me
Go
just wrap this up, y'all.
Oh, go ahead. Take your time. Take like 5 more minutes and then you wrap it up.
And I'm about to wrap it up. But I want to tell them one more thing about
come back and finish up because it's good.
I want to tell y'all one more thing about Frederick Douglass before I get off of here, because I got to go. Now, I'm going to tell y'all about the moment that changed Frederick Douglass' life. Because, you know, his story is his mom was enslaved, a.k.a. kidnapped, trafficked, raped, all of that. So when we talk about enslaved people, these are just people who were kidnapped, trafficked, and raped by the United States government. Let's call it what the fuck it is. Okay? So she had a kid, and they were saying that her enslaver, her kidnapper, was raping her. And maybe he was born out of that, but I don't know. So when he was 12 years old, born into slavery now, this man is born into this shit. Can you imagine? We talk about, oh, I didn't have my mom. My mom died when I was 5. My dad was... But this young child was born into this. But guess what? When he was 12, the wife of his enslaver began teaching him the alphabet at 12 years old. Imagine kids nowadays, they had you got an opportunity to teach your kids the alphabet anytime you want. You got an opportunity to read to your kids anytime you want, but you won't. Right? But anywho, he was 12 years old. She started teaching him the alphabet. When her husband, the enslaver, discovered that she was teaching him, he stopped the lessons. And he said something that Douglass never forgot. And I don't want y'all to ever forget it. Before I get off of here, I'm going to come back maybe later, depending on how I feel. And we could continue this, because I got to go. But when her husband discovered it, he said something Douglass would never ever forget. And I don't want y'all to ever forget it, because I'm never going to forget it. And I'm happy I ran into that quote, because this is how things can kind of help you understand life. The man said, and he paraphrased it, he said, if you teach him to read, there will be no keeping him. It will forever unfit him to be a slave. That one sentence struck Douglass like lightning. He realized something profound. Education is the way, or the doorway to freedom. That's all I want to say. It goes a little deeper than that, and I wish I could keep going, but I gotta go. But what he basically saying is, it's no reason that you can't keep people if you teach them to read. They won't be fit to be a slave if you teach them any type of knowledge. That's why your weapon, your tool is knowledge, right? It's knowledge. This man went on to write books. He then realized his biggest weapon wasn't a gun. It was knowledge. This is why when they wrote those slave codes, guys, they said they can't read. Now you see why. Now you won't even read on your own. Now you won't even learn on your own. They give you 12 years of school. They don't teach you shit about life and then say go to work. Now you know why I say you're a slave to the cotton, slave to the dollar. I gotta go. I love y'all. Hopefully I feel better and better and better. Thank y'all for tapping those hearts. Love loves me. Thank you for tapping those hearts, liking the live, showing so much love. Thank you to everybody who tapped the hearts and showed so much love during this live. How many we got? 15.5K hearts. Y'all show out. And thank y'all to being on Kick. Thank y'all for calming the hell down, because I'm still coming back to block y'all. Don't worry. I'm gonna block y'all. But I gotta go. I'm happy I'm feeling better. I'm happy we got back into the flow of the Hood to Hood podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Cheat This Sunflower. Y'all never forget the things that we talk about when it comes to loving on yourself. This is your season. Like Frederick Douglass said, you are unfit to be a slave because you got knowledge. In the world where we got knowledge at our fingertips, when we got AI, you got ChatGPT, you got Google, you got whatever you want at your fingertips. Don't let that go to waste. Education is the doorway to freedom. And I'm out. See you later. Bye, love loves me. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. I will see y'all later on YouTube, TikTok, all of that. Peace out.
Need you back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. try to erase us. Pages rip, but they can never debate us. Cause when we go back in them records, we pulling receipts out the bruh. Yeah, receipt after receipt, don't blink. Copper tone of ink, don't think. Melanin glisten in the sand every day. Turtle island moves when we making a play. They don't feel pain till it's them. They don't cry tears till it's them. But when it was us for all those years, they was eating off us, feeding off